Broadcast it up on which page or something.
Yeah. You'll have to go to this meeting and ask a bunch of questions.
Okay, so we're gonna call the meeting to order at 4:04. We're gonna do roll call. So Mike Beretta,
Here.
Hannah Murray, Joan Case is absent, Leslie Pilat,
Here.
Josh Whitmore,
Here.
and Ray Bunce.
Here.
Myself as an invited guest. Okay, so for the annual meeting, first order of business is setting our monthly meeting schedule. I listed everything out here. I did bump up the November and December dates so that we weren't into the Thanksgiving or Christmas holidays. So everybody's okay with that. We can have a motion and a second and vote. Once we do that, we also will send out invites to everybody through Outlook. So it should be on your calendars.
So moved.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Great. Okay, next order is the governance committee recommended slate of officers. So we just talked about this. I had originally recommended Mike as the board chair, but Josh and Hannah are recommending Hannah as board chair, Mike as vice chair, Josh as treasurer, and Leslie as secretary. I don't know if we want to have a board discussion. If you guys want to talk through all of it. I know we're going through a lot of changes right now, a lot of growing pains as we change our bylaws and as board members who've been here forever are leaving. But I don't know what everybody kind of feels about all of them.
Yeah, so we did talk yesterday. These all blend together. So I was kind of comfortable either way, I guess, but and Josh mentioned Ralph's intent doesn't necessarily play into this because he has resigned. But I think that was his, no, I spoke to him, that was his intent. But I don't know, Josh, if you put my name up there.
I did. You know, I think it's, fairness, I'll be perfectly honest. I know you've got plenty on your plate already. That was part of the reason why I pushed towards Hannah. There could be, from an outside perspective, a conflict of interest on where the money is being steered from this committee, because a lot of it goes towards the village. And just, I don't want a bad perception of this committee in that sense.
Is it locked?
Must be.
Oh,
Are you guys an executive or?
no.
Nope.
Is it locked?
It's locked.
Oh,
Oh.
So I apologize for the.
no,
You're
no,
fine.
you're good. Yeah.
So,
Are you chomping at the bit to be the chair?
I mean, I have recommended Mike because of his tenure on the board. I like the fact that he's at COG because it helps us build our municipal relations, which we sometimes struggle with. And for me, it makes just his proximity is a lot easier. I didn't want to make Hannah be coming from Canada every time we need things signed. So that was my thought process behind it. I don't know if Mike has something to add to it.
yeah, I've been around since the land bank's been formed, so that was kind of and a lot of our projects are in WeGo, and you may think it's a conflict of interest, but one of the requirements to be on the board is to be an elected official.
Of course, but, and ultimately,
I have a lot of experience of dealing with all kinds of people from everywhere and fielding all of our negative press. So
any thoughts?
No, actually, I don't. I think both are great choices. I understand what you're talking about, public perception is.
Yep.
Why is everything going, and it's not everything that's going here. It's where we have the opportunities. When we get opportunities other places, we go there. I'm gonna bring up some nickel stuff.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, first. But I, either way, I'm fine.
or Spencer stuff too, right?
Yeah,
Right.
of course.
that's everywhere, all over the county. So
I'm just meeting you guys. I'm what, my fourth meeting or something.
Yeah. Number 4.
You need to have an opinion
Oh, that's
now.
his way out. Look at that.
I honestly I have no experience with you guys, so I'm gonna Well, I'll just reserve my decision, I guess, if there's a need.
I get it. Wish we had Joan to call in from Florida or something.
I mean, it is the annual meeting, so we have to vote
Yeah.
unless,
Finalize it.
yeah. Oh, we're-
Oh, how do we do it?
Motions. Whoever wants to make a motion.
I'll make a motion then that Josh is the chairperson. Vote?
No, no, that was not discussed.
Ah,
We had to chastise Josh for his attendance last year.
oh, really?
We did.
See?
He got a little
See, I
slap on
don't
the
know
wrist.
anybody.
Happy goals.
Yeah, my God, year before, so it goes around the
It
table.
does.
It's like contagious, so.
Okay.
Kind of hard, I guess, I make a motion to have Hannah as the chair.
Do you want to recommend the full slate that governance said?
So that
It was Hannah
Hannah.
as chair, Mike as vice chair, Josh as treasurer, and you as secretary.
That's so moved. That's a motion.
Sorry,
Getting it right. We could do this.
sure.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, you seconded.
Call for vote?
I'm sorry, yes, all in favor.
Aye.
Technically, aren't you supposed to be running this as the vice chair or anything?
In absence of a chair, probably.
Yeah.
For the reorganization for the school board, the super runs it
Okay.
until that. But I don't know how this one works.
Till they
Does the
finish.
vice chair run it or just the annual meeting, just
It
the?
really just depends what you guys are comfortable.
Yeah, it depends on
Okay.
the
I'm
chair.
comfortable with any of the above.
Yeah.
So,
The legislative
Okay,
chair.
all in favor?
Yep.
The legislature.
okay.
Did you do?
All in favor. Any
Okay.
opposed?
Yep.
So then we have the committees, so they recommended Joan, Mike, and Hannah for finance, Hannah, Josh, and Leslie for governance, Josh, Mike, and Leslie for audit.
Pretty much the same, right?
A little different, because we still had Stu in some committee positions and Ralph in committee positions, yeah.
There was not many pieces to move around.
It
That was
wasn't, that-
definitely
No,
a
yeah.
challenge.
It'll be easier once
Somebody
we
is
have
gonna be
committees.
somewhere.
I only have so many of us.
Yeah.
Once we have a seventh person, I think it'll be a lot easier.
Mhm.
So is there a motion to approve those committees as proposed?
So
There we go.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
And do we want to decide today who's the chair of each of the committees? I know Joan's not present, so she can't really speak for herself.
Sounds like she's.
Should we, should
Jordan.
then,
Reach out to her first.
yeah, should we decide or should the committee decide? That was my question. Who's chair?
Typically the full board votes on it, but I can reach out to each committee and get their recommendations if you'd like.
I mean, it's an awkward deal anyway, because then the chair doesn't vote, right, or doesn't. I don't know, there's always, feels like there's only, one person motions and the other person seconds on the
Yeah,
three
it's-
person
Yeah, how many are on
committee.
it? How many are
Three.
Three on each?
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, the chair can vote. It's just,
They don't
they
make
don't
motions.
typically, they can make motions, but they don't typically.
I say we get it done.
All right, so governance, we had Josh, Hannah, Leslie. And I would not be the chair then of the committee. So Josh and Leslie.
I nominate Josh.
How many of us?
Fight it out.
Yeah, I know. Whatever, let's just, yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Okay, and then audit.
audit, we had Josh, Mike, Leslie.
Nominate Mike.
Great.
I agree.
Okay. And then finance was Hannah, Joan, Mike. So Joan might be the chair.
Joan might be the chair. We can vote on it today and I will double check with her.
Typically, your treasurer is gonna be chair of your finance committee, but you gotta look at your charters.
And then we'd have to change the-
Yeah, then we'd have to change the makeup of the committee.
Well, right, because the treasurer's not on there, right?
Oh yeah, you're not treasurer anymore.
Right.
Because I was always treasurer, that's why I was on that. I don't think I
Yep.
was the chair. Maybe I was.
So then you want,
Brittany says I was. so-
You were. I'm like, you were.
so then we want to rotate Josh
Yes.
off of audit or governance, but you pick.
I don't really have a preference, whatever is more convenient.
I wouldn't put Joan on audit because she won't be here in March.
Yep.
So rotate you off
Yes.
governance.
Well, but that also is in the winter.
That's the.
It's now.
So,
You guys, if you wanna choose to, I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm-
no,
No,
we're
please
glad,
help.
we're glad. We
Table it,
appreciate
right?
you.
I think that you guys can table if you wanna have further discussion, and you can just hold your standing committees for now. And it sounds like we need to kind of look at it again, because typically, and I missed it, who's the new treasurer?
Josh.
Josh, so you really typically shouldn't be on audit committee because you shouldn't be.
Yeah, we're still
Oh,
being,
right.
that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
not like a hard and fast rule,
Right.
it's a best
It
practice.
makes sense, yep.
And then your treasurer is typically on the finance committee. So maybe if we can table that.
Yeah,
That
and then it gives us a
everyone's
chance
good
to
with it.
talk to Joan too.
Right.
To make sure that she's comfortable with any of this.
So is there a motion to table committee appointments?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed?
Then we have other appointments, so I kept these the same. I would be the Freedom of Information Officer, Jill Mayer would be the Code of Ethics, and Bowers and Company, Internal Controls. And so for Ray, Bowers is our accounting firm.
Is there a motion to accept those appointments or any conversation around them?
I was just wondering, because we had discussed that we were looking into another lawyer,
Yes.
and,
Yeah,
but
so
until then, was,
yeah, in
We'll go with
governance,
this.
we talked about the fact that I'm not getting good responses from everybody. I did hear back from the bigger firm up in Syracuse who's got land bank expertise, but we would really only use them for very specific questions. I think keeping Joe for now because he can do our contractor, we don't want to be paying a big firm to review our contracts. So talking about keeping Joe for now and then trying to come up with a longer term strategy.
okay.
We all have that question.
Yeah.
So moved.
Yeah. Is there a second?
Second.
Thanks, Josh. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Then we have our annual policy review and guidelines review. So the mission statement was supposed to be printed on here, but it's not on the PDF. I have it in the Word file. I can print it out for you guys if you want to make any changes to that. I'm waiting just to get confirmation in writing from Joe Mayer that we're good with our charters. And I wanted to put in here just to affirm that we do follow the Tioga County Code of Ethics. The ABO has put out a new checklist for going through your website. And one of the things you have to have on there is your Code of Ethics. So as long as we reaffirm that's what we abide by, I'll make sure that we link it to the Tioga County Code of Ethics. I'll bring this up super quick. I can't type on this keyboard.
It knows what you mean.
It's very different than my keyboard. So this is our mission statement. If we want to make any changes or just reaffirm it.
So the tax foreclosed part is, or it's closed now, isn't it? Or,
Not technically, so land banks are working through the process.
I mean, it's the same, but we have to now buy them an auction instead of being given them.
That's good.
Okay.
Let me change it.
Do we have a first?
First.
Second, okay.
Move.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, item F, so the board of directors, you're all up to date with your mandatory budget office board member training, the sexual harassment training, policy review, attestation, and oaths of office. That was for 2025. I have the new oaths of office here to hand out to everybody before you leave today for 2026. I sent out the email to everybody with all the new attestations and financial forms and everything for 2026. And then we also were not made aware of any conflict of interest incidents in 2025.
Is there any motion for that? Or that's
Mhm.
just a heads up?
Yeah, just like that.
Cool.
Then our professional services appointment. So we did that RFP, and Bonadio was a contract for our audit firm. Accounting services, we have the engagement letter to sign from Bowers. Legal services, keep with Joe for now. And then the administrative agreement was approved last year for Tioga County. So if you guys are okay with that, we'll just reaffirm all of those officially.
Is it Tioga County 1 year or is that a longer?
I think, actually, I don't know. I think it was just a 1 year, right?
What's the question?
The admin agreement.
In the past, we've done 2-year renewals. We'd have to double check because you guys just modified yours
Right.
to increase it. So we can double check. But I think if we just modified it, we probably would have gone not to the end of this year, but the end of next year.
6. So is there a motion to accept all of those appointments, audit, et cetera?
So
Josh, is there a second?
I'll second.
Thanks, Ray. All those in favor?
Mhm.
Aye. Any opposed?
Okay, and then as our official depositories, we still have Tioga State Bank. And that now includes, they're under Tioga State Bank, but it's the Z Rent and Z Deposit that we utilize for 81 North Avenue to collect the security deposits and collect the rent.
how's it work? Does it work well?
Oh, I was like, it works virtually, but
Yeah,
yes, it works well.
How's it working in general?
It's working, it's very seamless. I mean, we only have one tenant, which is Catherine,
Makes
but
it easy.
I get the notification, they send a report every month, I send it to the accountant, we double check it against what we have in QuickBooks, we double check the account, it works great,
Nice.
very happy with
So
it.
she's paying her bills.
She's paying her bills.
So far, so
Our
good.
one tenant.
Our one tenant, paying her bills.
Risk involved.
And then we do have to decide on who are gonna be the signers on the bank accounts, or would we like to table that until we work out the committee situations
Is it
and
necessary
treasurer
to wait?
situation? Or are you still definitely gonna be treasurer?
I am very flexible, so whatever role needs to be filled.
Is the treasurer inherently a signer?
They should be,
Usually.
yes. But you can have more than one signer. Like you could, I think, honestly, Mike would make sense.
Yeah,
because
he
Yeah.
makes sense, for sure. He's the nearest.
I don't know if Ray can sign or not, but if you're here, just because you're probably building more than
Marty was-
anyone else.
Right, so
Or-
previously, like I
Um,
can sign, well, I don't sign, yeah, actually, I sign things, Mike can sign things, Marty can sign things. For the checks,
Because I come and sign stuff a lot.
yes.
I don't care who wants to do it.
I have no problem with it.
They'll meet you on the parking lot in the whole process.
Okay, so that Ray and Mike definitely meet
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the building
geographic.
like 5, 6, 7 days a week, or a month. Not a month, not a week.
I was like, wow, you're.
Yeah, some days.
A month.
And I'm gonna legal every day, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
And then authorizing also, do you want to keep me as the, or do you want those two to be the only signers on the accounts?
right now you sign checks.
They're dual signature.
It's
Yeah.
my signature
And
and
if it's
someone
above a
else's.
certain amount, there's, you guys having a procurement policy.
Yeah, and we went through this
authorization.
last year to
Yeah,
get
so
that in
I think
place, so.
it would make sense. I'm sorry if
No.
I think
You've got the historical knowledge, so.
I think it makes sense for the chair to be on there.
And Josh is just on there because you're the treasurer.
Gives us
I
some
mean,
options.
So you got two that you can very,
Yep.
get in there. Get
Move
in.
quickly.
Once they give it to you, if you're treasurer, if you have the Tioga State Bank, you'll see all the stuff, like on your phone.
Do.
Their app.
Yes, I do.
Not that I look at a lot, but it's there,
It's
I
there.
can see it.
Okay, so Ray, Mike, myself, and Josh. Okay, we want to do the motion?
Is there a motion to accept those signers?
I'll make the motion.
Thanks,
I'll
Leslie.
second it.
There we go.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I sent out the summary of the annual evaluation of board performance. And so we talked about setting goals for the year, you know, maybe setting our top 3 goals for the year and maybe like a 3-year goal that we would like to work towards. I don't know if you guys all have thoughts on that today, or if you want to take some time and maybe we'll think about it and revisit it next meeting. The other thing is that I just want to encourage everybody that if you feel like you have something to say, please feel free to say it. I know that one of the scores we had is somewhat disagree with, you know, I don't want anybody to feel like they don't have the right to say, like, let's table this till next time. So
Always
just want
like
to
information.
put that out there so you all feel encouraged to speak your voice. Do you want
Goals, I think you need
to
time to
talk
develop
about those, or do you want to
goals.
think about them a little bit?
I had a couple that, just to throw out, not as like to finalize, just,
Mhm.
let me see if I can. And some of them are really like the things we were gonna do anyway, but I would like to get that Owego Appalachian House done. That has been dragging on, right? The one right down here. Students
School
are
district,
doing.
school district one.
Yes, OICSD is what I wrote, so that one, yeah.
Okay.
And then I think something that's been kind of lingering out there, an inventory and a plan for all of our lots. There's a whole lot of side lots or whatever you want to call them that, due to other projects have just kind of, we're just paying them all on them. So I'm not saying we have to do not saying we have to have it done, but I would like to put some attention on make a plan for those lots. And then 3-year goal, I threw out, could we turn out 10 dwelling units in the next 3 years? That would be a cool number to hit. I mean, but again, these are just, and if these make you guys think about the goals, like shout them out.
Is it 10 units or 10 buildings?
Units.
Yeah.
Because if we focus on
Units.
trails, yeah.
That's gonna be
I-
a huge project.
I personally think that's a good.
No, I think
It's a good
fair.
goal.
Is that what your goal, is that what you had in mind for goals, were those, or are you looking for larger picture?
I
Or
don't
more
have
focus.
anything in particular in mind at the moment.
I know that you guys were, I think, the 2 drivers of that, so that's why I'm,
Yeah, we could go a completely different direction with goals. if you
yeah,
want more
absolutely, and that's why I was
philosophical.
asking, and I like the pointed goals or with real direction on them. Okay with that.
I think it's a good idea because then we'll keep it in mind, okay, and keep track of what we're doing and work toward that. We make it wonderful. If not, we can go back and visit how we can do better on those things, what we can do better. And that's important to get our mission. So I think that's good. To be honest with you.
So I don't know that we need to take any action on those. I would encourage everybody to think about it because they could be much larger philosophical goals or, you know, so homework, think about goals.
I think a goal and sort of in the lines is maybe, and I'm not sure how we do it. I mean, because those of us that are on the board, we know our areas, we know what we have, but we have places that we're not on the board. And to develop an outreach or something to the areas that are not, I don't know.
Like a communication type.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
I know what I want to say.
Yeah, like you wanna,
Develop,
yeah,
communicate with municipalities or.
Yeah, and
Could we use COG as a platform to do
I was
that?
just thinking that, like, we always struggle to get people to come in and like be on the agenda. Like, the last meeting was a bad example because it was me and Richford. But in theory, everybody from all of Tioga County comes to that. Or at least gets the emails and sees it. I'll have to help you, because
Yeah, I've tried to get in there, I can't.
but I think that outreach too,
that's easy. But it's
when you take a look at,
I know.
and I'm gonna pick on Nichols.
Sure,
Because,
no.
you know,
like
I know
those.
that's the best. And I've looked at, houses and unfortunately, people pay their taxes at the last minute and they don't, they don't. But is it unreasonable, and you mentioned need and getting people to come, it's unreasonable to ask, you to come to a board meeting and explain things to the, whoever shows up, I mean, in the board, because the board is, you know, I have a fairly new board and they're not real familiar with a
You mean-
lot of things.
Specifically about land bank.
Yes,
Initiatives and
yeah, well,
and grants and programs and things like that it'd be great for
Just-
every board in the county
oh,
probably
yeah. I
to hear
think so.
those
I
things
think
because
so, and
So we don't want to be too generous with Sarah's evenings. I don't know if there's
No,
another
I
way.
think in general,
Is there
yes.
another way to skin that cat?
I mean, as my new role in planning director, I've gone to every municipality to meet with at least some representative. I met with, I haven't come to Nichols yet.
it's all right. I know, I
Oh,
know.
here we go.
I know.
Here it comes up.
Elaine set them up. So I do have that in, but that was more in my county capacity. I, of course, always kind of plug the land bank and anything that we do.
Yeah, that and planning, I mean, as your role, remember to come in and explain stuff to the folks. I'll be honest with you, it'll be my board, because that's who shows up, unless somebody's got a complaint. But at least for the board to know, and that word gets out. I think that's just an idea.
Sure. I
Sure.
think Brett had some input.
I used to, and just because I feel really guilty, sorry for
Yeah.
talking so much, but I just, having sat in that position and then kind of sitting in this side of it and working with the IDA and the LDC boards too, this board is really unique in what you do and how fast paced you have to move, especially with like property acquisition and
That's the
disposition. And so one goal that, from my perspective, that would be really helpful is the board putting in the procedures and policies to make you nimble. Because right now, the board doesn't operate like that. And that makes maybe weren't initially set up to do that because it was for you acquire properties through the foreclosure process. Well, we don't have a good process for that right now. So what you're looking at is donations and private acquisitions, and we're not nimble enough to jump on properties when they're available. By the time,
that's
I
true.
think a lot of times we want to know everything up front, and right, wrong, or indifferent, you're not going to know. And I think we've learned that with these projects is you're not going to know exactly how much asbestos is in a property or and all of those things. And so I think we have to work on the risk tolerance, not we, but I think the risk tolerance and the nimbleness and that those kind of set you up to meet some of these like
A little more successful.
like quantitative goals, I guess. So, and really relying on I think you guys have done all the right things by putting in the service contracts with
Yeah, that's helpful.
the engineering firms and the environmental firms. And then obviously you have your accounting firm and all that now. I think we're a lot farther along than a lot of other land banks, but that piece of it, being able to move quickly matters when you're acquiring property, so.
I think that's a good point. As we're moving into these bigger projects and we're doing more project management, I think, yeah, maybe if we look at putting certain policies or procedures into place to figure out like streamline things to make it more efficient so that we can make decisions faster.
Yeah, so identifying those and making a plan for those, that's an awesome goal. Yeah.
I mean, it's the same reason we're having a meeting every month instead of every
Yeah.
3 months.
Used to be
Right.
quarterly.
Yeah, I think when Ralph recruited me,
Yeah, he
It was
Yeah, we-
bi-monthly, I'm pretty sure.
The original was quarterly.
Yeah.
Yeah. We joke with the LDC, we're like, when we first started, we're like, oh, it's an easy board to be on. That's the last thing I would tell someone with this board, because it is a lot of activity.
All right. Oh,
And I think the last thing is, just if I need to have updated contact information for everybody, how best you would like me to contact you. I meant to have the spreadsheet and I had Tara do it, and I think I didn't print it. So I'll get that before the end of the meeting, just to make sure if you prefer email, if you prefer texting, if you prefer phone call, and then the best email or phone number to contact you at.
Having a printout of that next month would be great, or just emailing it out. That's very helpful. Just on goals, I guess I'd like to just revisit next month, just to see if anybody else thought of anything else, and then we will sort of finalize and move forward, but we're closing out for today. But there's that homework assignment, and then, yeah, if we do contact information, that's very helpful. And then I think we're 5 minutes over our allotted.
I see Matt Freeze out there.
Yep.
Are we okay with a motion to adjourn?
Smoke.
So,
Let Matt in, and then I'll just